My next guest seems to have the Midas touch. Whatever she gets involved in does really well. Life Care and Pals are two great examples of her handiwork. Now, she's been applying that magic touch to the San Juan College Enterprise Center. Having mastered the journey a person takes from business idea to successful business owner, Judy Castleberry is the perfect fit for the director of the Enterprise Center. She helps new and existing business owners find success in our community, and that's a really great thing for the Four Corners. Now, Judy is placing her helping hands on San Juan County efforts to grow our local outdoor recreation industry, and she's doing it in a big way. ORII Basecamp is a one-day free event for anyone looking to profit in the local outdoor recreation industry. Attendees will be presented with an opportunity to receive free marketing services provided by Ken Collins Marketing, and I heard they're the best! Let's hop in the truck with Judy and get some more details on this amazing opportunity. Want to see how it goes? Come along for the ride in Ken's Think Tank. Ken's Think Tank is made possible by the following sponsors. Basin Home Health and Hospice and Basin Coordinated provide home health services like skilled nursing, PT, OT, and caregivers. They operate 24/7, 365 to keep patients healthy and in their happy place at home, next to their favorite people and things. I'm a big fan of yours, of course, but I've also, for the longest time, been a big fan of your dad.
Oh, yeah.
I always called him like Farmington's living history.
Oh, gosh.
He knows everybody and how everything got started here.
Well, you know, it's funny because my dad was actually the importer. So, okay, you want a little family story?
Absolutely.
So, here's how my father ended up in Farmington, New Mexico. My dad was...
And we're talking about Bob Batley.
I'm talking about Bob Batley.
Yes.
And, you know, again, he's now 92 years old.
Right.
But when my dad was a young GI, you know, young soldier, he's originally from Alabama. He had gone through some training in, you know, down in the South. And he was given the opportunity to basically, we'll send you out to New Mexico and, you know, you're going to serve there. And this is right at the end of World War II, okay? So, anyway, he was one of those, they put on a train, they sent him to Santa Fe. They said, report to this place in Santa Fe. Reports to the place in Santa Fe. They put him on a bus and they sent him to Los Alamos. Yeah. So my dad's introduction to New Mexico was Los Alamos. And he is truly, you know, an atomic vet. Right. Well, my mother was a student nurse, and they would invite student nurses to these USO picnics. Okay. So if it wasn't for the atomic bomb, the U.S. military, and a USO picnic, I would not exist. Wow. So anyway, I've always just loved that story. But it's after they left the military, my dad's big thing in life was he always wanted to own a business. Yeah. And so one of the things Uncle Sam had taught him was how to fix typewriters. Okay. And so he came up here. This is my mother's hometown. And, you know, there was a, gentleman who had a small supply store and he was ready to sell it. Sold it to my dad and Don Barnes. Yeah. They were business partners forever. And that's how the family business existed. Wow. But it was all these people spinning off new little businesses from people like who moved in with El Paso or whatever. Right. And every one of them bought their office supplies from my dad. Right. That's fantastic. So yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, my dad really was Mr. Farmington in a lot of reasons. But yeah. He used to volunteer at the museum. Oh, forever. Yeah, for a long time, and we would put him there during certain events, and he would stand there and he would actually talk to people from personal experience about things that were in the museum. Yeah. Yeah. It was just amazing. And he's down at Life Care. Yes, he's at Life Care. Which by not by any coincidence or anything, but strange enough, you brought Life Care to Farmington. Well, I can't really say I brought it to Farmington. I was involved in bringing it to Farmington. I was the you helped set it up as the executive director. I was the first administrator. I had worked for Good Samaritan for a long time. They were opening this facility in Farmington. And it was actually just a group of investors, and we opened it as Anasazi Care Center, sold within 10 months to Life Care Center of Farmington,
Right.
or Life Care Center of America, and so was renamed Life Care Center of Farmington. So
Okay.
I was there for about 5 years. Excuse me. And so, in a way, it is very ironic. Every time I walk in the door to see my dad, I mean, there's still staff there that I hired.
Yeah.
Which means they are good people, by the way.
Right.
If they're still there now, that means they've dealt with a lot over the years, and they know what they're doing.
You walk into the place and you're thinking, this is my place.
This is my place. You know, it's funny when we had the bird cage had originally been in the middle of the front lobby, and when they moved it against the wall, I'm the person who walked in and went,
right,
bird cage is in the wrong place. So, you know, as I say, it's a good facility, and I mean, they've done a good job of taking care of my dad.
Yeah.
And that's all that I really care about.
Right.
That's what any family cares about.
Right. So you moved from doing that to founding PALS.
PALS, yes. Pam Hyder and I think I always joke we were having our midlife crises or something, but I was kind of tired of being an administrator, and she had been a legal assistant for a long time, and we just decided we were ready to do something real different. We opened PALS, started it literally from a milk crate full of research I'd done.
Yeah.
And when we sold it, we had over 50 employees.
Wow.
And it was fun building that business.
Yeah.
And it was all about service. It was all about taking care of people.
Right.
So, yeah, as I say, there's days I still miss PALS, and then there's days I go, you know what, I'm not on 24-hour call anymore. and that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
You know, those are people out there that are wanting to be entrepreneurs, remember the business owns you.
Right, it really does, yeah.
So, yeah, but it was all good.
So, yeah, you sold it, and highly respected organization within town.
Thank you.
So,
that's good to hear. I mean, and the people who bought it with the Moffats, and again, they're good folks. They've done a great job with it. So,
right.
You know, no negatives.
Right.
It's all good. And you know, the thing is, I put my little senior care hat on. Everybody in senior care world is in a different place, and so they need all these different services.
Yeah. Yeah. So then you became the director of the Enterprise Center at the college.
Yes. I always appreciate the fact that in my life I feel like I've been given a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
But I've been there now 8 years. I love watching people's ideas bloom into real businesses.
Yeah.
And I've tried to do, you can't always do the same old, so we tried out a lot of different programs. I've had startup weekends, so say right now we're doing Next Level. As you know, one of the big things we're trying to do is support some specific industries,
right?
Which is where we're doing this thing, which I'm supposed to do my commercial for, the ORII Basecamp,
right?
Which is is aimed at outdoor rec businesses. So we're trying to do those kinds of things. We're having this big training on March 7th from 8 to 3:30, and you are one of the stars of the show. So I want to be sure people know that. So don't edit that out. But anyway, I mean, I think doing these different things, and of course the Food Hub is my other big project these days. And again, that's all about creating markets for farmers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the main purpose of it. So I think that the more we just say, okay, let's think through logically what this town can be, the better. And we need to kind of support businesses and target industries. On the other hand, you need the general. You need to be able to say, like, this Next Level is not industry specific at all.
Right.
Because you need people with a variety of businesses. So anyway, it's all good.
What I like is that in your past and your present, you just see a thing and just do it. Just do it. You've just done it.
Well,
you know?
Again, I feel like sometimes doors have just opened for me, and I've really appreciated that. I do admit I have no patience. And so it's like, you see what needs to happen. How can we make that happen?
I don't know so much about doors just opening for you, because after you've done all these things that you end up as the director of the Enterprise Center, you think, oh, I've not really accomplished all I really want to accomplish, so let me go ahead and get my master's degree also.
So you have checked up on me.
You put in some work, lady. You are killing it.
Well, okay, so Everybody has things on their list. And again, I was a single parent a very long time. Any spare minute I had seemed to involve children.
Yeah.
And so I'd always wanted to go back and complete my master's.
So yeah, I don't know so much about doors just opening for you. You put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of care for a lot of people to do the things that you've done. So now, much of your, because you spread it around to some other things, but much of that is on the Enterprise Center. And for people that don't know, what really is the Enterprise Center?
Okay, yeah, I've talked about everything else. The Enterprise Center is a business incubator, which what that basically means is we're a program in a place.
Okay.
So the place is we have offices and production days, and the people can rent to start their business.
Okay.
We also do program because obviously, you can look around Farmington and around the county, and there's empty buildings and things, so you can rent any place. But what we provide is also a program where you meet with me, you meet with SBDC, with West, with all these different programs where we do one-on-one counseling, but we also do a lot of group trainings.
Right.
So that's again this next level class. Several of my incubator clients have also taken this class, which is a very structured 10-week program to basically develop your business plan.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the core of what I do, is helping these small businesses that are on site, and there's about 10 of them right now.
And so what is the enormous cost that it would cost a business owner to come in and get that support?
Okay, the smallest office, and so therefore the cheapest rent, is $285 a month.
Right.
The largest bay, so therefore 2,000 square feet,
right,
is $1,300 a month.
Right.
So we try to be kind of within market rate.
Okay.
But there, again, all the value adds of the trainings and things like that.
Yeah, so what would it cost for the training and
all that's included?
See, that's
yeah. I mean and
huge resource.
Huge resource. We also include your internet and your phone, because we don't want you bringing your own phone system and script San Juan College. Right. So, frankly,
through the Enterprise Center, I'm not even completely sure of this connection, but is it has to be officially through the Enterprise Center, but you're involved in ORII, the Outdoor Recreation Industry Initiative.
Yes, what happened was, in my spare time when I write grants, and so we wrote a grant last year to the EDA through what's called the I6 program. Okay. And what this is it's innovative thought process as far as supporting businesses. Okay. So the idea behind the I6 grant was that we would develop a commercialization specialist who would work with the Outdoor Recognition Initiative with the city and use the makerspace, which I barely mentioned, right, but use the makerspace for prototyping, but help people that want to build products that are in the outdoor rec business. Right. So say, since we're, in a next era, say you wanted to develop a new kind of roof rack or a new kind of mountain bike, or a new kind of rafting equipment or something like that. Right. This is where we would be working with you to develop that product. So that one's kind of, we're still looking to hire that person because the person is extremely important in this one. And then the other piece of it is the state of New Mexico has opened an outdoor rec office, and they gave us some money, actually about $50,000, that has to be spent really, really fast in order to, again, support all outdoor rec businesses. Right. And that's the reason why we're having this base camp, and there's no cost to people coming, is that it's to make sure that we can support virtually any kind of business with it. So one of the parts I'm most excited about is you, because I've never been able to actually say we will pay for marketing for a business. Yeah. But I asked specifically for that for these outdoor rec businesses, because say you're starting this little rafting service company and you want to do rafting for folks, the biggest issue you're going to have is marketing. Yeah. And so by using some of this grant money to pay for marketing packages for the actual businesses, that's going to do more than paying for marketing for the Enterprise Center. Oh, so, definitely, yeah. So that's the reason why I really wanted to focus on the not outdoor rec, but also let's do some hands-on. Let's give people real access to marketing, because I'm telling the marketing man this, but I think the number one reason why businesses fail with two reasons. One, they don't really look at their market and figure out what they really should have in the market.
Right.
But number two is they don't let anybody know they exist.
Right. Or they're going about it in a maybe an outdated or inefficient way.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I tell people, if you don't, if you're not online, you do not exist.
Right.
And people look at me funny and it's like, no, you don't. Nobody knows about you.
Right. That is very true. So ORII Basecamp, it's an all-day event, is what it is.
It's an all-day event, and it's going to start in the morning with the city kind of giving an overview of how the city is really supporting these businesses.
Okay.
And so what they're doing. So again, we'll talk about all the different things, the Lake Farmington, the river, Vista Bay, whatever the city is doing.
Right.
Then the second session is going to be with the BLM's spokesman.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about how you permit with the BLM, because frankly, if you're doing like the four-wheeling and things like this,
sure.
Or you want to take a group out to Vista, you have to understand how that permitting works.
Right.
Then we have a panel of people that are, again, more in the outdoor rec manufacturing arena, which, again, is something we, it's not just being a tour guide. You also need to build products.
Yeah.
And so we're having a panel on that. And then you're the next star. And so, again, I'm assuming you're talking marketing. That was what I asked you to talk about.
Yes, marketing your outdoor recreation business.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll have a tour of the makerspace, again, to show people where they could actually build products. And then by that time, they're going to be ready to be also pumped up that we'll let them go home. Oh, and for over the lunch hour, I've asked several of the business resources, like the SBDC and West and New Mexico Manufacturing Extension Partnership and Center for Workforce Development, all these different resource people, possibly some bankers and some insurance folks, to come and just have a table, so that lunch can also be a networking event to figure out who else you need to talk to.
Okay.
So yeah, it's going to be a pretty full day.
And it's a no-cost event.
No cost, because we have money from the state.
Right.
And so it's, I do want people to go and register, because I need to have a head count for food.
Okay.
But the registration is at farmingtonorii.org.
Okay.
And then just click on events, and there's a simple way to register. So it's
perfect.
Really, really easy to register. And since I spilled coffee on it, I'm just going to hold it like this. But this is what you're looking for. So don't take it around, Judy.
And the base camp is on March 7th.
March 7th.
Perfect. Which is a Saturday.
Which those of you with day jobs, because a lot of people who want to do this kind of thing in the summer also have a day job.
They do, yeah.
And so the idea is, come spend a Saturday figuring out.
Right.
It's early enough in the season that, we can get this business open this summer.
Right. Yeah.
We'd love to see some of these businesses open this summer.
Absolutely. Yeah. And why is that important to the area?
Well, you know what? We are in a shifting economy.
We are.
And so if we don't shift with it, we will not have jobs in Farmington and San Juan County. So the idea is by supporting outdoor rec, what this does is it helps diversify our economy.
Okay.
So that means we have businesses across the scale. It also attracts people in from outside, which is back to my push on marketing.
Yeah.
Is, okay, do we really want every visitor to just go to Durango? Sorry, nothing against Durango, but...
Oh, love Durango.
Love Durango. But we want these visitors to come here, and we want them to spend a day on our river, and we want them to go see the play out at the Lions Wilderness Park in the evening. We want them to go to the museum.
Right.
We want them to go mountain biking, because what do they do when they do all that? They spend the night in motels.
Absolutely.
They eat in restaurants.
Yeah.
And they bring money in from outside.
Do some local shopping at retail places. And,
Exactly. All those downtown merchants are working so hard right now to, maintain during this construction.
Right.
They will go spend money there. So all of these things build on each other.
Yeah. It's brilliant. And so for those that don't know, the whole idea with the outdoor recreation industry initiative is that we're trying to attract people, end users here, people that would come here and partake in our outdoor recreation resources. And then we're also trying to attract businesses that cater to those people.
Right.
And we're also trying to attract industry people, manufacturers who are maybe manufacturing things for that industry as well. And so it's
kind of a chicken and egg thing.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you have to start someplace.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if people come to Farmington and say, you know, I want to go down on the river and go rafting, but I don't have a raft, and I just drove into town, and
Right.
I don't know, you know, everything, they're not going to stay the extra to do that. So you
Yeah.
have to have the business to support that.
Yeah, have it available for them.
So it is kind of chicken and egg. You've got
Yeah.
to have the businesses and you got to have the people.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think it's
The really great thing is that we have the resources
Oh.
already. We've always had them, and we just haven't put this much effort into exploiting them.
exactly. And again, since we were kids here, we remember when the river was kind of the back door. It's
Yeah.
not the back door anymore.
No.
It's the front door.
Yeah. And so if somebody wanted to if you're a business owner out there and you're thinking, well, I've never heard of this, or I've never thought to take the time to look into it, what would they do to find out, just in general, what can you do to help?
Easiest thing to do is either you can call me or email me.
Okay.
So the phone number is 505-566-3699.
Perfect.
And my email is castleberryj@sanjuancollege.edu. And you spell castle just like it sounds.
Yeah.
CASTLEBERRY.
Cool. Very cool. Well, awesome.
This has been fun.
It has been fun.
Let's do this again sometime.
We do need to do this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just chatting and having coffee. Yeah.